Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. Hope we are all doing well. It felt a bit weird to start a new song at that point. It ended just a few seconds before. Hey everyone, I'm Myles Dyer. Welcome to Myles Dyer Live. This show takes place every Wednesday at this time. And if you're watching on replay, whenever you're watching it, it's going to be this time every week. Good to see lots of people in the chat. We got This Is Ace, long time no see. Good to see you here. We got Akin, we got Mojo, we got Karina. Big up the mods. We got Kiro, we got Chris, we got Siago. Lovely to see you all today, and many more that I will shout out as you say hello. I have just got back from a lovely walk. Cali Time Cat, good to see you, and happy 101 Wednesday. I love that this is a thing now. You know, we are now embarking on a new journey for the next 100, right? Hey Kino, good to see you here. Hope you are doing well. And Jordan, lovely to see you as well. Lots of love. It's what we like to see. And App UK, evening MD indeed. I just went for a walk outside because I'm so busy with work. I didn't get to go for a walk usually as I do at lunchtime. And there was about 40 minutes to go before I went live, and I thought I'll just have a quick walk by the lake near mine. And the sun is low, great temperature, and just going for a walk can just make you feel so much better, because this is going to seem like a repeating theme now, but the last, I think it's 9 or 10 weeks now, have just been so hectic for me. I would describe it as treading water, but I see it more as just like constantly sprinting. A lot of it is self-imposed. You know, I work a full-time job, and so I should probably have a lot of time to do nothing. But I love doing this. The Let's Plays that have been happening every weekend have been going really, really well, and have actually been really good for the channel. So for those of you that tune into them, I hope you've been enjoying them. If you haven't checked them out yet, I'll get into them a bit in a minute. But every weekend I play PlayStation virtual reality 2 games, and for a lot of people that aren't gamers, it seems to appeal because you get to see me in a world, whether it's like Star Wars or in a horror game or something like that, or chilling on a farm, across the farm played at the weekend, where I got to grow crops and look after a little lamb and some chicks and a little calf, and had to shear a sheep without cutting its tail and hurting it. It was a very cute game, and really enjoyed it. And actually looking at the stats on the channel, I actually had written down here, just as a bit of like, what do they call it, like inside baseball, is it, like, you know, behind the scenes. So I have a target that I wrote last week, which was May 2020, 10,326. Now that is basically, with exception to February and March of this year, which was an anomaly in my opinion because it was the launch of PSVR 2 and I did a lot of streams in one day, and it was obviously a very heightened event. May 2020, so 3 years ago, was the last time I hit over 10,000 monthly views, and I almost hit it. I think I was at like 9,3/4. I was thinking of doing like a YouTube short or something to boost it over, but I thought, no, I'll keep with it how it is. But then in the first 3 days of July, we're at 2,500. So it's amazing that sort of like the momentum that has been built here is going good. And so for those of you that have discovered this show from my Let's Plays, because that's going to be a new way people discover my channel, it's lovely to have you on board. Myles Dyer Live is a weekly talk show where we just hang out. Sometimes we talk about fun things, quizzes, games. pop culture, and then other times we do more serious issues, world events or mental health and well-being, life hacks and all that sort. But it's just a fun hangout, and I really, really enjoy this. And Serial Killer says, what day is Math World VR? You did say all the PSVR 2 games. Yeah, I am on a mission to play every PSVR 2 games. And that will include Math World. So Math World is on the agenda at some point. And for those that are wondering what Math World VR is, it's a game that really does say does what it says on the tin. You're in a world that's full of maths. So the one example I'd give you is you're in a basketball court. I've seen my friend Brian from Without Parole do, where he's in a basketball court and there are 3 nets, and each of them I think has a different numeric value on it. And above you get like an equation or just like a maths problem. So it might be like, what is 10 plus 4? And then you've got to look for the one that's 14. That's right, I did the maths. And you've got to throw the ball through that hoop. So that will be happening. But yeah, did a Star Wars game at the weekend, Tales of the Galaxy Edge, which I'd not played much of before. And it was amazing. I think we did about 2 hours of it. And it's a beautiful looking game. Feels great. Yeah, do check out all of them. But first, before we get any more into that, just a bit of housekeeping. Do hit the like button, and can I just say a big shout out to my pink elephants. It's the one and only Myles. I love it when I see old friends from the old school YouTube days. And I've got written here, August 14th will be my 17th YouTube vlogging anniversary. I think May was my 17th anniversary, but for vlogging. And it's always wonderful to see people come back. So lovely to see you. But yeah, do hit the like button if you haven't already. Got 20 of you watching right now. 6 of you click like, or you can click dislike. It's all engagement, or you might be someone who's like, you know what? I'm going to take my time. I'm going to consume this live stream, and then I'm going to make a judgment if it's. And you know what? Totally respect that. And then you can subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. On the road to 50k. It's going to be a long road because we keep hitting 48k and bouncing back again. So ring the bell to be notified about all future live shows. And of course, my Let's Plays at the weekends. And if you want to support the channel anymore, you can become a member. And you can become a member for the cost of like a coffee a month. And it's just a way of supporting the channel. And you unlock little perks like you get the loyalty badge against your name. You get custom live chat emojis, which you'll see people using at the moment. And also it means that when there are Q&As on the last Wednesday of every month, or you comment on my videos, you come up in a special tab on my dashboard, so I can get to you first. But most importantly, it is just if you want to support the channel. I love this. And I wish I have asked them to make it so when I bring up your comments, it does put the emotes in there. I think it's something they're working on, but yeah. Thank you. But yeah, it's that all the content is public and free, and we do have a Discord, so please do join our Discord. It's called Empathy Arcade. Link is in the description. Although I'm sure lovely Karina or Callie Timecat, one of our mods, or someone else will share it. And it's just a really cool place to hang out. It's for you all, because I know that when live shows finish, YouTube just kicks everyone off. It's not like Twitch where you can sort of stay there. I think at least that's how Twitch works. And so it's just a place to hang out. And I'm hoping that as things start get into some sense of normality in my life, we can start doing some fun activities in there, like voice chats, get-togethers, and multiplayer meetups and stuff like that. But yeah, that is it for housekeeping. Although, for those that want to know a bit more about the schedule, normality is overrated. So every Wednesday is Myles Dyer Live, and last Wednesday was the 100th episode, which, on the one hand, I was speaking to some friends who were like, 100 it's just another show, But on the other hand, I felt it was a good way to reflect on the fact that so much has changed over the last 100 episodes, and it's all thanks to you, the amazing community. But check it out. There were some fun games in there, and yeah, lots of vitamin G for sure. Then on Fridays, I do PSVR Gamescast Live with Brian, who I just watched him do an interview with the voice actors from synapse or synapse, however you want to pronounce it. And oh my goodness, it was a wonderful, wonderful interview. So do go and subscribe to that channel, and hopefully see you there on a Friday night. And then at weekends, we do Let's Plays in VR. I say we, I'm in it, but you get to watch from the outside and laugh and talk to me if I am lucky enough to have an earpiece. Or if you have PSVR 2 and we're doing multiplayer, we can team up together and do that as well. So, this weekend, you're probably wondering, what games? Because I've been doing 6 games for the last 3 weekends. It's been full on. Because it's basically I'm live streaming 5 p.m. until 11 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. And then I have to get all the housework done in my house before I start doing my full-time job again in the week. It's always very, very full on. But this weekend, I've got a really good friend of mine who I've not seen in, I'm going to say, almost a year. He's coming down to hang out on Saturday. We're going to go on for some long walks together and catch up. That's going to be really, really great. And then on Sunday, we are doing a special live show on PSVR Without Parole, where we're doing our top 25 PSVR 2 titles. So that could be like a 3-4 hour live show. Could be very, very long. And so, yeah, that means I haven't got any time on Saturday and Sunday to do Let's Plays. So a lot of you would go, well, the sensible thing to do, Myles, is take a weekend off or just do one game. I'm still going to be doing 3, and this is what I've decided I am going to do. For Let's Plays. So, they're happening on Friday. So as soon as I finish work on Friday, I'm going to be playing The Light Brigade at 5 p.m. UK time, which is 9 a.m. Pacific, and it's noon Eastern. The Light Brigade I've been wanting to play for a very, very long time. Really looking forward to jumping into it. And Karina goes, madman. And I'm good. We're going to make this work. Then 2 hours later, and to be honest, I have learnt with my Let's Plays to not always push them for the 2 hours. Sometimes I can do just an hour, and then that gives me an hour off to waft down a bit of food or chill. I love all the kind words, and you're right. But I'm on a roll at the moment. This is good. I love this. I just have to show all this. Everyone's just telling me to chill out. I like it though. You're like my conscience. I like it a lot. Then at 7 p.m. it's going to be Star Tenders, which is a game I loved on PSVR. It's basically where you're a cocktail maker. You work at a bar, but in space. It's really, really, really good fun. So I'm really looking forward to jumping back into that. And then, of course, the game that came out this week that I was so excited to talk about on last Friday's show, and I've played for quite a while. It's Synapse, however you want to say it. But you'll notice it's technically on Saturday morning in the UK, and that is because Fridays I do PSVR Without Parole at 11 o'clock my time. So what's going to happen is, as soon as Gamescast is over, I'm going to have a quick break, go downstairs, and then I'm going to do Synapse. But I might do it a bit earlier, depending on when the show ends. So, yeah. And, I appreciate that. I do. I honestly do. I have to say, I love the photo on the right. I think it looks badass. So, yeah. Those are the 3 games. I'm not doing 6 games this weekend. I'm doing 3. And I'm really, really excited to play these 3 because the Light Brigade I've wanted to play for a very long time. I've never played it. Star Tenders is a fun little game that I've played before. Let the man cook. Good to see you here, Wolfgang. And then Synapse is just an incredible game that I'm going to try and do some speed running on. It's absolutely incredible. I don't actually have any clips from last week's Let's Play, even though Karina was very kind enough to get a timestamp from one of them. Simply put, I just have not had time. But basically, I have a plan I basically have a content plan that I need to finalise so that I know every day of the week I know what I'm posting online. And I've got a lot of thoughts and stuff. And that includes doing stuff like putting time aside to, meet up for a voice chat in Discord and things like that. Those are all things that are coming together. And so I think that's going to be my big plan for July. I know one of my plans was to get merchandise up and running. For me, it's going to be an amazing thing to do for the channel. There's lots of cool designs. But realistically, it's not a priority out of everything else. Like, I want to build the foundations. I want to make sure everything's going on. And like Discord was something that was going to happen much later than everything else. But it's been a really good thing to set up. I've learned a lot from doing it, and the community there's been absolutely awesome. So do join it if you haven't already. What was the question? There was a question from Aiken, who says, you really need to list all your Let's Plays on Discord. That's actually a good idea. I thought at first you were talking about like just letting me know when I'm live, because there is a tab for Let's Plays, and it says every one. But in terms of having them in like alphabetical order, maybe, or something like that, is that what you're suggesting? I think that's a really, really cool idea, and something I will add to my to-do list. Which, if I can find it, here it is. Here's my to-do list. You don't want to see my to-do list. It is absolutely incredible. Let's play. Kira says, Discord is awesome, a lot more chill than other servers. I appreciate that. It is a very hands-off server, because ultimately the reason it was built was just so that, you know, you can all have a place to hang out in between the live shows and stuff like that. I definitely want to be more engaged with it, but, you know, I've always been upfront with you guys, which is I'm just literally maxed out on capacity, and you know, I try my best. But there's a lot I still want to do with Myles Dyer Live. Like, obviously I was talking about getting more guests on, and actually one guest idea I've got I'll get to in just a moment, actually, when we talk about Dyer discoveries. But you should know that right now in the background, some of you have been working on it already, and let me just remove my notes from the screen. Let me put this here. Why is it not doing that? Let me try that now. It's going to do... oh, there we go. That's cool. Was it because it was minimized? Oh, it's current application, that's why. Safari there. This, we have every show. And well, I say every show. We try and do it every show. And this is a puzzle that works in the background, which is of, as you probably recognize, the thumbnail of this video. It says it's been running for an hour, but that's just because I set it up an hour in advance, so it's ready and upwards and running. But if you go to the link that is pinned in the chat section of this live stream, you can go to this. You don't need to be logged in, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. And basically the way it works is you click on something, you click on another piece, and it swaps them round. And if it goes red like this, it means you've moved something from the right place to the wrong place. And if you do it the other way, it goes green, meaning it's in the right place. So there are 510 pieces to fix. There are 343. Okay, so there's no need to log in. That's good. That's good to know. 343 to pieces to go. 340 now. You're absolutely smashing it, everyone. Well done. Well done. Well done. So yeah, we always do that, and it's always a nice bit of fun, because I know some of you like to have stuff to do in the background. Cool. If I remember rightly. Now, it's time for Vitamin G. So, every week, I like to take a moment to reflect on gratitude. It's good to just think about what you're grateful for. I've always said it's something you don't have to share with the chat. Sometimes just taking a moment to acknowledge it can be very good for your sense of self and grounded nature. But you're totally welcome to share what you're grateful for in the chat, should you wish. But vitamin G, vitamin gratitude, is something I like to practice every day. Sometimes it's first thing in the morning. Sometimes it might be when I'm on a walk in the middle of the day. Sometimes it's just as I'm about to go to sleep. Or sometimes it's all of the above, or in any combination. And so, yeah, for me, having gone on that evening walk just now, it just made me very grateful for when the weather is just the right temperature, because in typical British fashion, normally when summer comes, it's so hot and horrible. And you know, you can complain about it being way too hot. You can't really do anything. When it's nice and chill and you got the sun, you got wildlife, it's just nice to have those moments. And walking is really good for the soul. It's good for your heart. It's good for your body. It's good for your mind. Mojo says, I'm grateful for this week for downtime to sort my thoughts and sort out my woes and worries. Downtime is always very important, and obviously you've been telling me about that. I definitely need to take some, and I will be doing that on Saturday, which I'm very, 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 very happy for. Why are your headphones that big? What, these? These aren't big. Is it just because I have small ears? Is that what you're saying? What are you grateful for, Aiken? What are you grateful for? Feel free to share throughout the show, but we are going to be talking a bit about vitamin G a bit later because it is a superpower, and that is the topic for today's show. Is if you could have any superpower, what would it be? So have a think about that. There's a lot we're going to talk about with superpowers. I know my ears are fine. I'm just playing, but I appreciate that. I appreciate the confirmation that my ears are fine. You heard it here, everyone. I'm grateful for absolutely nothing other than finding Tetris Effect Connected. I mean, Tetris Effect Connected is an amazing game. I love it. I loved it on PSVR. I love it on PSVR 2. I love the music. But there's other things to be grateful for as well. But I respect that, kind of. Vitamin G, my LGBT network at work, last week was one of the toughest. And then on Thursday, it was such a tonic to meet up with wonderful network colleagues who I really don't see often. That's good. It seems you have a lot of gratitude going on with things at work and that, Callie. So that's really, really good to see. Oh my goodness, there's loads of conversation about my ears now. My vitamin G this week is the feel good of all my work in content creation over the last year starting to bear fruit. It's been really warming and encouraging. That's so awesome to hear. And actually, I had a very similar experience because I had my performance review this week, and so I was putting together a document about basically what has been achieved since I've joined. And some of the stats I found, I was like, oh my goodness. And it's kind of the same with the 100th episode last week. I've always said progress is something you only recognize when you look over your shoulder. But often, you're caught in the moment. I'm always thinking about all the stuff I haven't done yet and what I want to do, and you can end up drowning in it. But actually just taking a moment to say, any step is a form of progress. And when you look back, you can reflect and you can actually see how much you've done. And it's often quite remarkable. So yeah, that can be really, really good to see. Just having a look here. Just talking about my ears. All right. And then the next thing is Dyer discoveries. I always like to share something I've discovered. This thing I actually discovered the previous week. I actually discovered it a while ago, but I actually purchased it last week. But last week, obviously, I wanted to talk about something else because this hadn't arrived yet. And this is what I want to talk about. It's this. Have you seen this? Do you know what this is? It says revive a bee. Revive a bee. Do you know about this? Revive a bee? I like that my little emoji character's like quite amazed by it. Revive a bee. So I don't know about you, and obviously it depends on where in the world you are. But here in the UK, there's a lot of times where I've noticed it a lot in the last few years. I'll be walking along, whether in a field or on a pavement sidewalk, and I will see just a bee lying there completely still. Now, sometimes, unfortunately, they're dead, but other times they're just dehydrated and gonna die if they're left there for too long. And so I've seen these videos of people like with spoons and that, with like sugar water and doing it, or you need to give them sugar water as opposed to just water. And bees are definitely having a hard time for sure. But the idea of having something carried around with me that's of a certain solution just seems impractical. And I heard that you can get these little vials, so you put it on your key ring, revive a bee, and if I ever see one, I can unscrew it. I've actually never unscrewed it. Oh, wow. I've actually never taken it out before. Okay, I didn't know that. So it's actually... Let me move my face. There we go. Yeah, you get... Do you know what? You get a little vial. and then the bee can have a drink from it, and it'll give them energy, and then they can fly along their way. And so I bought one of these, and what I was amazed by wasn't only just that, but all the packaging was recyclable. And so it comes in this bee first aid kit. So it comes on that, and then on the back, revive a bee, plant this card. I contain wildflower seeds that will help save bees and other pollinators. Don't forget to share your pics and tag us at Revive a Bee. And it was made in Devon. So wonderful, wonderful. So I've actually messaged, I tweeted them tonight because I didn't realise that they actually had a Twitter account, social media account. And I've tweeted them, and I'm actually going to see if I can get one of the people at this company to come on the show just to talk about bees, because I find bees absolutely fascinating, but I know very little about them. $60. It was not $60. It was about I think it was £12 or something like that, which is fine. And it's also like I'm happy to support that. Is that your superpower, a casual bee saver? Well, it's interesting you say that, because that will become a part of the conversation. Are there little things we can do to make a difference? But yeah, first aid kit. It's like staffing a refreshment store at the London Marathon, but for bees, exactly. And I've seen like clips in it. And actually, if we go back here, here we go. Here, this is their website, and so that's how it looks. You can get it in different colours as well. Bee first aid kit in your pocket. So there you go. That's how they look. So learn how to revive a bee safely using our bee revival kit, or creating a simple sugar and water mix at home. So how to revive a bee. Let's find out. There you go. 7 minutes of reading. I kind of don't want to go into all of this now. But look at that. Super cool. So I like that you can just leave it. Can you revive a bee with honey? No, you should never attempt to feed bees with honey. Yes, not from the same place. And then I think they did have bullet points. Why revive a bee? They make our food. One of every 3 mouthfuls of our food depends on pollinators. They help our environment. 70% of our wild plants are pollinated by bees and other pollinator species. They're a big business. Bees and other pollinators are worth $691 million a year in terms of the value of crops they pollinate. And yeah, really cute. And they got the bee book. So yeah, this is just really, really, really cool. So yeah, there we go. A bee first aid kit. It'll be really cool if I can get one of them on the show, right? Not a bee. I mean, I could get a bee on the show. I don't know what they'll have to say. Okay, everyone. So today's show is all about superpowers. Okay. And so there's basically going to be 2 parts to this conversation. The first part is us thinking about superpowers, like in comics, in fantasy, you know, when we think of superheroes and superpowers. So the first question I have for everyone right now is, if you could have any superpower, what superpower would it be? If you could have any superpower. I would have... I would love to fly. We've got mind reading. Okay, this is good. Flight? Yeah, flight. It'd be good to be able to fly. Shape shifting. Oh, interesting. Aiken is totally obsessed with Tetris Effect. Siago says, I have recurring dreams that I can fly, and it's the best feeling. I mean, flying would be awesome. Being able to fly would be so cool. And, you know, it would save a lot on... I don't know, would you become really unhealthy if you started to fly? Well, the reason I bring this up is because I now like it's good to think big about like if you could have any superpower. Oh, here we go. Empathic mimicry, the ability to mimic the powers of anyone else. Looper says synapse makes me go with telekinesis. Telekinesis would be really good. But Kira says here, I always feel they come with heavy consequences, and I love this. Amnesia Pete says, my superpower would be a bit boring and selfish, but I would like to be able to remember what I want or need to. Yo, Johnny, breathe underwater. Breathe underwater is a good one. I remember seeing Waterworld, and he had like gills. He actually had gills. Being able to speak or understand any language would be amazing. It really would. So these are all really good. Okay. So what I want us to do now, and I feel like I need to have some background music for this, but I have actually got a tier made up of this. And as was mentioned, with superpowers there are big consequences. So I now want us to go through this. I mean, I'm going to fill it out, but we can have a discussion. We're going to try and go through a lot of these for like maybe the next 15 minutes. We've got all these superpowers I found. And I have 4 categories, okay? Number 1 is want. These are superpowers that I'm like, yeah, I would, if I was offered it, I would want it. Orange is if I was offered the superpower, I would definitely want to try it. Yellow is if I was offered it and I would be like, I'm not sure. I'd be curious. I might try it. And red is, nah, wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want it. And when we go through these, I want us to really think about, like, not just in a fantasy world. Let's think about what the consequences would be in the real world, okay? So, some of these I might need help with because I don't understand some of these. But first we've got absorb and admit kinetic energy. Absorb and emit kinetic energy. I mean, we do that a lot anyway, but that feels like it can be quite a physical thing. So yeah, yeah, I'd be curious about it, but I'm not sure I'd really want to try it. Okay, how about absorb any energy for sustenance? Absorb any energy for sustenance. I worry that you would become energy, like, I feel like you'd become, you would just keep consuming the world. I feel like it would totally corrupt you. So, I mean, I'd be curious, but nothing more. Okay, absorb any matter. Perfect constitution. Nah, I don't want that. I don't want to be able to absorb any matter. No. I don't want to absorb matter. Okay, what does access pocket dimension mean? Can someone help me with that? We'll come back to that. Aerokinesis, so being able to control the air, like wind and stuff like that. I mean, it'd be cool to try. It'd be cool to try, but I don't think I'd definitely want it. I'd be curious. I'd be curious. Animal taming, so scrying and telepathy. Would I want to be able to tame animals? I would want that. Yeah, I would definitely want that. She can go inside her own handbag. Pocket dimension. I love that. Yeah. Okay, so pocket dimension, like an alternate dimension you can store stuff in, like Mary Poppins bag. Okay. Realistically, would I want it? With a lot of these, I'm like, if anyone caught on, you'd be abducted by the government and experimented on. I don't know. I would want to try it. It's not a definite yes. It's not a definite yes. Who even has time to come up with these? Well, I assume they've all come from like shows and stuff like that. Beast Beast lordship. I mean, I don't know what the difference is from that and animal taming. I'm going to put this down here. Calm state. Yes, I want that. I want to be able to just be in a calm state. Absolutely. Be proper zen-like. Change your own size or mass. No, I wouldn't want that. I don't want anything that like changes who I am. Like I don't know. That would be a bit weird. So no, that's fine. The ability to control birds. I mean, we've already got animal taming, but control birds, I kind of feel like that's a bit mean. I mean, it would be kind of cool. I'd rather tame animals, but yeah, all right, I'd try it. I would try it. But controlling them, anything, yeah, like, and we got control bugs. No, I mean, no, I don't want to be able to control. No, I don't want to control bugs. No. Control Earth. Control Earth. No, I think anything to do with control gravity. Okay, that sounds cool because I'm thinking of flying, but then it's like it's going to mess everything else up. There's going to be consequences, so I'm not interested in that. Anything to do with like control makes me very, very nervous. I see something else on this list I wouldn't want. To be a symbiote. No, I don't want to be controlled by a symbiote. Extreme luck. Extreme luck. Well, luck is subjective, right? But would it just annoy people if you are always lucky? Extreme luck, would it take the fun out of life? Would luck even lose its value? I'd want to try it. I definitely wouldn't want it. Control emotion. Oh, man. Does that mean of other people? Or yourself? I'd be curious. I'd be curious of that. But I don't know if I'd want to do it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, extreme luck takes the thrill out of life. No. For me, it's like I would want to try it. But I wouldn't want it fully. Like, you know, for a day or something like that. Control magnetic fields. No. Again, control parasites. No. Control reptiles. No. Control the weather. I'd be curious. I just worry about the knock-on effects. No. Create illusions. No. Well. Not delusions. Okay. Create illusions. Yeah, I'd be curious about that. But I wouldn't want to do anything that... Okay, control own adhesion. Like Spider-Man being able to climb up walls and stuff like that. I'd try that. I would definitely try that. You'd love to control the weather. I'd just be worried about the knock-on effect. Elasticity. No, don't want that. Flying. Absolutely. Yeah, minor illusions might be fun, right? They might be fun. Thought reading. Okay, what does everyone feel about thought reading? I don't know if I'd want that. I don't know if I'd want to be able to read people's minds. I know it sounds good, but you might... I'd rather people have the ability to think on their own accord and then speak what they want. I don't like the idea of I don't like thought reading. It is invasive, I agree. Instant learning. Instant learning. Can you imagine that everything just sticks straight away? Isn't there a joy to learning that you finally get something? The idea that just information is just instantly learned. I mean, yeah, all right, instant learning. I think so. Yeah, Callie, I'm absolutely right. Very weak or subtle superpowers. So what would you feel, Callie, about instant learning? Okay, how about don't age fast? What do we feel about aging? Oh man, I feel so conflicted about this. I don't know. I just feel like I want to age with everyone else. Aiken says, I changed my mind. I want to read people's minds. I have so little patience for stuff I'm not directly interested in, and I find it very annoying. No aging. Nope, don't want it. And here, perfect regeneration. No aging. Nope, don't want that. Telekinesis. Someone said about, like, telekinesis. I would definitely want to try telekinesis. I would actually be almost like, I would love to have it. But I worry about the implications of it. I would want to try telekinesis. How about controlling of light? No. Okay, how about this? Know and visit any time, place, or dimension. No, I don't want it. And I'll explain that. I'll explain why. When people talk about would you ever do time travel, I wouldn't like to do it because coming back to the present, I'd be like, is this actually the present? Am I exactly where I was before? Or if I come back like even 5 seconds later or earlier than before? I like being grounded in the now, even though technically we do time travel based on our, position to the Earth and gravity. But yeah, I don't like that. Strength control. Super strength. Okay, super strength. Would super strength be good? I'd be curious with super strength, but I wouldn't want it because I'd be worried about hurting people. Okay, how about revive the dead? Oh, man, I would have to say no. I think reviving the dead would be an absolute nightmare. Reviving the dead would be an absolute nightmare. Because people would just constantly... When would you ever let a loved one die? You know? Oh, man. I don't think I could. But you seem fine with reviving beasts. Well, you're not actually bringing them back to life. I know you're being facetious. You're helping them when they're being woozy. Saving a life is fine. But reviving the dead? Nah. Nah. I think even with loved ones, as horrible as it's to say. Okay, absorb any energy for sustenance. We've already done that one. Control of magnetic fields. Oh, we've already got this one. Okay, there's a lot of doubles here. Control gravity we've got. Oh, it seems like they've doubled up. Yeah, there's a lot of... Necromancy would be a nifty way to scare your enemies. That is true. Electrokinesis, controlling electricity. Nope. Control non-human mammals. I don't want to control. Control density. No. Okay, how about constant euphoria, serenity and focus? I don't know if I'd want constant euphoria, but I would definitely want to try it. I'd want to try the sense of constant euphoria. I've already got calm state. Calm state's good. How about Midas touch with the on-off command? On command? No, I don't want touching stuff and it turns to gold. No. Control sea animals. I've already got being able to tame animals. How about multiply yourself? No. Perceive and control DNA. That is an interesting one. Perceive and control DNA. You could fix people. You could actually cure people. I'd be curious. Control sea animals, easy fishing. Yeah, you just bring your bucket and there you go. We've got telekinesis here again. We're not going to go through all these. Look at this. We've still got so many. Classic vampirism. No. How about redo any moment in your past? Oh, man. No. No. Everything happens for a reason. There are things I'd love to redo in my past, but no. Quick save and quick load in real life. No. I love that one. Quick save and quick load in real life. That's slightly different. That is different. That is different because... But then you'd never live with consequence. Because you'd always be like, oh no, I'll redo that. And technically you'd have control over everyone, which would be totally unfortunate. Yeah, quick load for the perfect comeback. Control amphibians. No, I don't want this. Control opacity control, so you can make yourself invisible. No. Control plants. Oh, control plants is I feel a bit differently about. But no. Create and control radiation. No. Create portals. Create portals. Like Doctor Strange. I'd want to try it. Everyone obeys your words. No. Don't need sleep. Don't need it, but you can sleep. No, I love sleep. Control amphibians. We've already had that, haven't we? Oh, we've had reptiles. Hydrokinesis. I know, but it is superpowers. There's a lot of themes around control, aren't there? Well, this is it. It's the whole thing of absolute power corrupts absolutely, and yeah, I wouldn't do it. How about this? Grant wishes for others. You could grant wishes for others like Genie. I'd want to try it. But is it like the things where people got to be careful what they wish for? Super strength, proportional density. I don't want that. Yeah, we've got a lot of repeating stuff here. Shape shifting. No. I know some of you suggested it. Super seduction and super charm. I mean, on the one hand, I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, no. But then no one's ever... I mean, super charm I like. I'd like to be super charming. But seduction is like, nah. I think that's a bit gross. Thought control. No. Don't like it. Possess any living creature. No. How about perfect recall? Perfect recall, I'd want to try. Although, I don't know, are there things that you want to forget? Actually, no, I'd want it. Yeah, Mojo's like, yes. Yeah, I'd want perfect recall. Healing abilities. Would you want healing abilities? I'd want healing abilities. What do we think? I think healing abilities are great. That is one of the few, I think, significant superpowers I would definitely want. The question is, though, I've decided for me the best superpower is not having a superpower. Well, we're going to get to that in a moment. Because, yeah, oh man. How about the ability to talk to ghosts? Nah. Kill with eye contact. Teleport anywhere? No. Time travel? No. universal perception and intelligence. So I think that relates to like being able to speak any languages and stuff. But I worry, would that just drive you... Would that drive you mad in the end? I'd want to try it. Selective heat. Well, yeah, the thing... Again, it gets to the thing of, like, if you get captured, you'd have tests done on you and everything. It'd be pretty messed up. Right. Water breathing. That's the one that Johnny mentioned. There we go. Who would here want to be able to breathe underwater? I think it's yes. Extreme intelligence, yeah. Yeah, I think breathing underwater would be a great one. Memory wiping? No, I'm just having a look here. There's loads of copies here. That's a bit annoying. Super speed? No, I wouldn't want it. I remember the X-Files episode where a guy could go really fast, but it was actually damaging his body. Super senses? No, wouldn't want it. Mind link with anything? No. Local subatomic understanding and control? No. Control? No. Heat vision? No. Kill with eye contact. It's just ridiculous. Astral projection? Spectate? I mean, I'd be curious about that. Yeah. All right, everyone. We're gonna leave it there. That's just we've still got another part of the conversation to get to. But I find this interesting, like, because there will be people that were like, "Yeah, I want that. I want that. I want that." So here I've got 7 abilities that I would definitely want. Let me know, chat. Are any of these 7 ones that you definitely wouldn't want? And are there any that aren't on this list that you definitely would want? So I've put, I'd love to be able to animal taming. I'd love calm state. I'd want the ability to fly, for instant learning, perfect recall, healing, and water breathing. Those are the 7 that I would want. Yeah. Any? You would like the ability to grant other people wishes. Okay. I mean, that was my want to try, which was also including aerokinesis, controlling the air, having a pocket dimension. I mean, actually, I put that in curious. Extreme luck, control of adhesion. Oh, calm states there. Well, let's move that down there because we've already got it there. Constant euphoria, universal perception, intelligence, create portals, and for others. The ability to phase through matter, but you never be touched again, and you can never die. Yeah, yeah. You'd have to. There was what was that movie that I did promo for, where the kids? It was like a found footage movie, where they learn Chronicles. They learn to fly, and they sort of, yeah, they have to like literally wear gloves and coats to begin with because it's so cold up in the air. It's really, really cool. No water breathing for me. Can't even swim. I'd have to walk at the bottom. Yeah, I think for me, if I had to have one of these, it would be between healing and animal taming. Animal taming would be great. Healing. I think it would have to be healing. And that's exactly right, Karina. That's what I thought. The constant sense of euphoria. I mean, it's a superpower, so you would just constantly get a high, but where would it end? Where would it end? Where would it end? Cool. So, I mean, that was a big part of the conversation. The latter part of the conversation I wanted to speak about, and by the way, I'm just going to have a quick look here at the puzzle. Oh, we've got 194 pieces. And wow, we've done very well. It's now getting to the panda. I'm going to try and help you out now. Here we go. Oh, that's right. That's right. Here we go. Ooh. This is interesting. Oh, that's right. Just need the corner piece now. There we go. That's right as well. See, this is really, really interesting. I love doing this. Oh. Anyway, I've got to do the show. I can't do this. So the last part, hurry up with the puzzle, Looper Cat. How many of you are doing it at the moment? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of you. 8 of you doing it right now. So good. Plus moles would be in penguin habitat, and I reckon they've still not forgiven him for Paddlegate. Yeah, we'd have to wait and see. So the last part of this conversation, everyone, I wanted to talk about the fact that, you know, we can have fun thinking about like superpowers and what's in the comics and what's in the movies and that. But when we start thinking about would we want these actual powers in reality, like what would the consequences be? That can teach us a lot about our own ethics and our own morals and our own compass in life and our values. And so for me, I just want to end the show by talking about defining real life superpowers that you actually have. And these are things that I would define as a unique talent or ability one possesses that can have a positive impact on others or the world. And so, I would love everyone in the chat to, share your own real life superpowers and perhaps even how you've used or hope to use them to make a positive impact. If I was to come up with one, I already did one already. This is one of my superpowers now. Superpowers aren't always about what's within. It's, having the, thought to go and do stuff. So I have a superpower now. I can revive, or we said revive, survive beers. What am I talking about? Help resuscitate bees. But yeah, what are everyone's? Oh, I love this from Marley. I can magically make golf balls disappear. Love it. The power to save the bees. That's it. That is it. Everyone's like, wow, impressive. That's amazing. Is being a good listener a superpower? I think it is. I think it's a superpower. Superpower doesn't necessarily mean wearing a cape. It is just an ability that can do a lot of good in the world, and being a good listener is definitely that. I definitely think that is an ability I have. I often speak to friends of mine or people I know that are going through difficulty, and I'll say, if you ever want to talk, and I say, even if you don't want to have a conversation, you just want someone to vent at, I can be there. And so, emotional intelligence is an important superpower. Giving a compliment seems to make people happy. I think that's a superpower. Being proactive in giving compliments and being positive. I'm always mindful of the fact that when you talk positively about people that aren't there, it's good. Firstly, it builds a positive culture, but it also looks good on you because it means that you're not just saying stuff to flatter directly. And I'm always mindful about when I'm involved in things to give credit and be appreciative of people that have, contributed good things, because I love lifting people up. People that do good things, I love lifting them up because then they do more. And a lot of you do that for me all the time. Hannah, it's good to see you here. Welcome. Can you save bees with cider? I don't think so. I'd have to look it up. Oh, I know, Amnesia Pete says. The superpower I'd like is to get everyone to push the like button. Well, let's see it. Let's see how many likes we get. We're on 18 likes at the moment. I don't think I've even clicked the like button. Yeah, it is my own video, but I'm going to go do it now. Everyone watching right now, if you haven't already, click the like button. And I'm just going to load it up now. And I've just done it now. Okay. There we go. Amnesia Pete, you're doing it. So there we go. Mojo says supporting others, listening and encouraging others is mine then. Karina says, got this uncanny ability to connect with / understand people. Apparently, wonder if this is to do with my INFJ personality. Definitely doing Myers-Briggs if you haven't. 16personalities.com. Been even told during my work review recently. Well, that's good. Who is my favourite Spider-Man? That's such a difficult one. I mean, I grew up with Tobey Maguire. I like them all for different reasons. I don't really know who my favourite is. Tom Holland, I think, is great. I don't think he is my favourite. Like Andrew Garfield, I never watched those Spider-Man movies at the time, but I do have a fondness for his... I feel like he is probably the strongest Spider-Man. It's just that he was in not great movies. I think the movies let him down, to be honest. This is great, Siago. I put mine up earlier, but I've played to multiple 5K plus audiences. For some reason, a guitar and a stage access a super confident performer, entirely contrary to how shy and reserved I am in reality. Well, that's amazing. That is a superpower. Sometimes it takes triggers, you know. You think of the Hulk. His superpower is to get massive and green and angry and strong, but it takes a trigger of being made angry. So that can totally be it. Making people laugh. Kiro says, I'm a B, I'll take the cider. Callie says, we want global empathy, but at the moment it isn't ubiquitous, so it is a superpower. Hopefully it will spread wider. I mean, that's a great point. If everyone does it, is it a superpower? I think it's a superpower to exist. It's pretty remarkable that we exist. And billions of people have that superpower, but I think it's a superpower to exist and to be present. Really, really important. And look at this. There we go. We've had 25 likes and we've had 1 dislike. And as I said, all engagement. So appreciate everyone that's done that. So that means we've gone from 8 engagements you've driven, Pete. So well done. I think certain elements of how my memory works is non-typical. It seems to be very much geography based. They'll do more with Andrew now. Yeah, hopefully they will. Tobey Maguire all the way. That's fair enough. What is my favourite sea animal? I love beluga whales. Beluga whales I remember seeing as a kid. I've always had a fondness for them, and dolphins. I just love them. I love them. But yeah, so that's a really good way to wrap up then, because I do feel that when it comes to superpowers, as you would have seen from what we've done today, it's a really good way of reflecting on your values, because it's how you react to it. Like, if you are offered something for real, a certain power, would you take it? And there are people in the world that would. Some people want absolute power. That's what they're driven by. For me, when I look at those powers, I'm like, is this going to make a benefit for the world? What are the risks that are enshrined with it? But that's the same with how we conduct ourselves. And when we talk about like the compassionate mind with Professor Paul Gilbert, and he talks about the power of being compassionate isn't just about being empathetic and caring. It's also about being responsible and, becoming a better citizen. The example he always gives is if you see someone drowning, you might have compassion for them and empathy, and you jump in after them. But if you don't know how to swim, you're now adding to the problem. And now you can empathize with them because you're now both drowning. But that's not very useful. And so, like, a superpower would be learning first aid. That's something I definitely want to do. Learning first aid would be really, really great. And so there are a lot of things we can do. Whether it is getting a little gadget, whether it is, learning a new skill, or being there for someone. You can totally change someone's world by doing that. And compassion is definitely a wonderful superpower, and one of my favorites to do. So yeah. Well, everyone, just having a quick look here. This is coming along nicely. We haven't quite got there yet. There's still 153 pieces left. So if you haven't already, do run over and give this a go. See how you get on. Help out with this. This is a tricky one. There we go. There we go. Look, I'm helping out here. There we go. Look, doing good here. Doing really good here. What else we got here? We got I don't know. I should be less distracted. Superpower is responsibility. It is. With great power comes great responsibility. Always an overspoken line, but a fantastic one in that. Well, it's interesting. I'm glad you enjoyed. I'm glad you enjoyed this episode because, funnily enough, I was just so lost at the weekend, and then it was Monday, and I was like, I still don't know. And then I think it was Wednesday evening. I had a shower, and sometimes in the shower, something just comes to you, and I was like, superpowers. That's a great question. We should talk about that. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? And so I'm glad we had this discussion. Shower ideas are the best. Lots of ideas definitely do. Oh, wow. Callie's really good at this. Next week is the 2nd anniversary of you starting live streaming, as in the nearest corresponding Wednesday, 14th of July, compared to, it will be the 12th. It will be the 12th. Wow. Indeed it has. A thought shower. That's it indeed. Listen, everyone, I want to say a huge thank you for tuning in this week. It's always wonderful spending this time with you. Don't forget to join the Discord, Empathy Arcade, if you haven't already. Link is in the description below. I want to say a huge shout out to my lovely moderators, Callie Timecat, Karina, and Mojo. The chat is always wonderful anyway, so there's never really much need to come down hard on people. But always appreciate the support there, and also just to everyone else in the chat. Lots of wonderful people. Everyone contributed, and if you are watching this on replay, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Or if you're here in the live afterwards, you think, oh, I've just thought about this. Let me know in the comments section. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Like if we think fantastical, what would it be? And then when you reflect on the now, the here and now, what superpowers do you actually have? And which superpowers do you feel are within reach, but you just need to develop? First aid would be one for me. Donating blood would be another. I have done it before. I need to do it on a regular basis. That would be great. Thank you so much, everyone. Karina saying, join our Discord. Absolutely. The link is there. And I look forward to seeing you on loads and loads of live streams on Friday. So can't even speak now. Do take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful week. Hit the like button on the way out if you haven't already. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye-bye.
chasing sunsets all alone. A darkness faded, painting goodbye clear sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes.
Oh, I guess I could have just said it. Yeah, look, thanks everyone for tuning in. This was a good one. I love it. There's some episodes I can just really plan again and again, and I'm just like, oh, need to plan it. And then I think it's because when you overplan stuff, you then have your focus on, like, it has to go this way. And sometimes just having really simple questions and just having it as a conversation works well. Although definitely having the brackets was a cool thing. I realised I didn't have my lights set up like that. Oh well, next time. But yeah, listen, I've got so much I want to tweak with this show. Nothing, no radical changes, but just like getting regular guests on, getting guests booked and stuff like that. But honestly, I do think that June, the unintentional like project for the month, was getting the Let's Plays up and running. And those have been going really, really well. So I'm just really grateful for all your support on that. And yeah, one thing at a time. That's exactly it. And also, I was speaking to a friend the other day that kept saying they just kept kicking themselves about not achieving like loads of stuff they didn't do. And I said, at the end of your day, do a list, and don't pick up a to-do list. Write a done list, a list of things that you've done. Don't compare it to a to-do list. Just say, this is what I've done today. And if all you've done today is wake up, get out of bed, make your bed maybe, have a shower, go for a walk, do a bit of work. Might not have been a good day, but you did a bit of work and taken some time to reflect. That is something. And the next day, as I always say, another day is another chance to make a difference in your life, the lives of others, and the world as a whole. And so, yeah, maybe I should do that as a YouTube short. Not to-do list, but a done list. There we go. I like this. See, this is it. Just talking about stuff. The puzzle's still going, by the way. I really respect you still doing this. So if anyone else wants to complete it, and feel free to let me know in the chat. Oh, we can do a hint. Hints. I didn't know you could do hints. Is that cheating? It's a little bit cheating, but I think that can help a little bit. I'll hold it for the minute. So anyone that's watching the live show, there you go. Quickly, everyone run in and quickly fix it. See if we can do it in the next 3 minutes. Run. Oh my goodness, someone's done that. Evil. Yeah. Oh, that'll probably go there actually. Or there. Oh my goodness, this is so difficult. You want to pet a red panda. You should do a stream unplanned every once in a while. Would be interesting, and worst thing is it'll be boring, but I bet most of us would stay in. Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, to be honest, that is what the last Wednesdays of the month for you usually are. I mean, last Wednesday was the 100th episode, so there was a bit more happening. But that's genuinely what they are. Although they're Q&As, they're less of a format. Maybe I just throw out all the other stuff that normally happens on a show, like Vitamin G and Dyer Discoveries and like housekeeping. Maybe we don't really even do that on the last Wednesdays. We just chill and chat, and then it just feels even. Then it feels like a chill and chat, as opposed to, oh, the format of the show is this is the bit where we chill and chat. You know what I mean? All mentality. Cool. Ideas, lots of ideas. I love hearing from them. So give it up to yourselves. And thank you to everyone who keeps hitting the like button. I love you for it. Have a good one, and I'll catch you later.